All right. So let's see here. All right. So moving on. Enough about how great you are. Got a lot to prove. So the Office of International Programs. So we are our office is located in the International House, and we're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so please note the phone number here and our email. You can also reach out to the various coordinators in our office or the presidential ambassadors for international students. So the presidential ambassadors for international students are our leaders on campus. They're the ones who've proven themselves and their excellence and have been extremely successful in classes and making friends and are leaders on our campus. So I know we're joined with Simon, Minami, and June. So let's see, perhaps they would like to introduce themselves real quick.
All right, I can go first. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is Simon Gimede. I'm an international student from Nepal, currently going to be a junior here at Washburn. I'm triple majoring in accounting, economics, and business data analysis. Washburn's been a great experience so far. I've joined various student organizations, worked for a few places on campus, been in touch with the International Club as well. The support that I've gotten from the International House and various other campus bodies has been amazing. So welcome to Washburn. Thank you for choosing Washburn, and welcome to this beautiful community that we all hope to be a part of.
Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Washburn. I'm Junosuke Saito, and please call me Jun because it's kind of long name, so please call just me Jun. And also, I'm joining the International Club, which is the event. We held the events for the international student. Of course, the American students can join us, and that's very fun. And I'm kind of the coordinator for the events. I'm kind of managing events, any something like that. And I'm majoring communication major, and I will take the international business as minor. And I'm currently the sophomore year. So I'm so excited to meet you guys. Thank you for coming to today. That's it.
Hi everyone, my name is Minami and I'm majoring psychology, and this is my sophomore year and I'm in sorority. So if you guys have any question about it, just let me know. Also, I'm transfer student, so this is my second semester for me. So I'm also feel like kind of new student, but I think Washburn is very welcoming. So I really like this environment. So you guys will be good. So yeah, welcome to Washburn.
Good job. Thank you very much. So let's see, the presidential ambassadors, you can find their contact information in the foyer in the front hallway of the International House, okay? So you can see where the international ambassadors are from, and then you can see their contact information. So maybe find one from your country or someone who speaks your language, or find someone who is a similar major as you. These are good ways to get connected with the presidential ambassador. And so they're here to help you. I would say just about any time you need help, you can reach out to an ambassador to find out, where can I find some food that I like to eat, or where can I celebrate a holiday, or how can I get involved, or questions about classroom culture. If you're having any issues with class, how to talk to a professor, how to make friends, where to party, all kinds of questions can be answered by presidential ambassadors, okay? So again, we call them PACE for short, because presidential ambassadors for international students is a lot to say, 3 or 4 times each sentence. So the PACE, they're here to help you. They're here to help you transition from into your new life here in Washburn and also Topeka in the United States, and to answer any questions that you might have. Again, the presidential ambassadors are kind of an elite group who have a very high GPA and have already proven their success at Washburn. So especially if you need have questions about class or how to be successful in your academic career here, presidential ambassadors can help you. Okay, they can also recommend places to go and things to do in Topeka. Okay, so feel free to use that resource. So first things first, this is the health and safety and success orientation. So really the most important thing that you have in regards to your safety is your identification card, your Washburn identification card. We call it the I card. Okay, so everyone has one here. Please don't lose this card. It can be replaced, but it's pretty important that you always carry this card with you. Okay, so if you look on the card down here at the bottom, this is the part of the card, the blue part, that allows you access to things like the rec center or different buildings like the art building after hours. So it can also allow you to get into the dormitories. So with the Village, LLC, and Lincoln. You can also use it for those of you who live in the dormitory or have meal plans. You can use it to swipe for food, to pay for meals or snacks. And then it can also allow you to get into different sports events. We have some wonderful music concerts in White Concert Hall. Just show this card, you can get into a concert hall for free. Theater, we have some plays, and of course basketball, football games, any activities on campus. You'll be able to just show your identification card and then get into that for free. Okay, and of course you also need it every time you go to the Student Recreation and Wellness Center. Don't forget that, otherwise they won't let you in. Okay, and you won't be able to work out or whatever. And then the I-Card also has a lot of other benefits. So for example, you can ride the Topeka Metro bus for free with this card. Okay, you just go into the bus and you'll be able to use your card to ride the bus, the various bus lines all over the city. Okay, and then there are a lot of various discounts on food and other services. So you can check online, just search for the benefits for your I-Card. So you can take your card to a restaurant and say, do you have a discount for Washburn students? And oftentimes with your Washburn ID card, that you'll be able to get some discount. Okay, now it doesn't work everywhere, but for a lot of local places in town, it does work. Okay, so check that out online. So of course, Student Health Center is a very important place on campus for staying healthy. And it is located in Morgan Hall. So this new building is Morgan Hall. All right, I think perhaps many of you have been there already, but within Morgan Hall in room 140 is the Student Health Center. Okay, again, if you go to the health center, you'll need to have your ID card. Okay, the I-Card. Okay, and usually appointments are not needed. Okay, so you just can go in if you're feeling ill or unwell or you have some questions. Go in and take your I-Card, and then you can usually be seen by a doctor. So congratulations again on coming to Washburn. I think Washburn is the only university in Kansas that has a medical doctor as part of their staff here on campus. So you can get seen by a professional. And so they provide a lot of services at the Student Health Center. So if you get injured or you feel ill, or if you need to have some exams, they can give you some physical exams, and they have some special exams for women, and they do the tuberculosis testing there, sexually transmitted infection treatments and testing, immunizations. Of course, we'll get our COVID shots there, probably get a booster sometime later. So it's good to know about. Oh, and also if you have some prescription, so they can see you, write a prescription for medicine, and then you'd be able to get sometimes the medicine there, or oftentimes off campus, you can secure different medicines to help you. Okay. Let's see, presidential ambassadors, any additional information about the Student Health Center? No. Okay.
Andy, just to add to it, I would just like to mention the hours. They're open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5.
Yep, that's right. Thanks a lot, Simon. And I think they also have like a lunch break. I'm not sure when that is currently, but it's probably around lunchtime. Right, and so then counseling services. So we saw the health center. Counseling services is another wonderful resource for students on campus, and it's located in Keeney Hall. Okay, so this word is pronounced Keeney Hall. Okay, Keeney. You can always tell new students from veteran students because they cannot pronounce this. Okay, but if you've been here a year or two, then you know this is Keeney. All right, and so in Suite 200, there's counseling services. Of course, you'll need to take your iCard, and so counseling services are not only for people who are feeling mentally unwell or sick or depressed or something. It's really for everybody. Okay, so there are so many different ways that counseling services can help you. All right, so look, you're coming to university. It's a new environment. It's a new language. Everything is new. Okay, and that's going to be stressful. All right, and especially taking a lot of different classes. A lot of the ideas might be unsettling. And you're going to be given a lot of homework and you have to do a lot of reading. And so oftentimes, that's the whole point. You're here is to challenge yourself, and that's gonna be stressful. And so oftentimes, everybody deals with stress in their own way. And so I think it's particularly helpful if you go to counseling services, if you're needing some help adjusting to college, because they have professionals there who know all the skills and they can help you to learn how to deal with the stress of, becoming an adult and making friends and being successful in life. Okay, so I personally have gone to counseling services many times to help. I had trouble focusing in class, and I had like anxiety before, where you feel nervous and stuff. So they were able to help me to deal with these issues, and then got better and now feel great. So don't ever be afraid to go to counseling services. Okay, it's completely private. You'll meet with a psychiatrist, and it's one-on-one, right? Nobody really knows about your services, and so so these are some of the things that they can help you with. Of course, adjusting to college. Sometimes people have trauma because they were a victim of crime or had some bad things that happened in their life thus far. If you need to build healthy relationships with people, if you feel depressed or need to improve your communication skills, everybody at some time, I'm sure, will feel homesickness. Okay, so really, I just can't encourage you enough to use counseling services. Okay, I know sometimes counseling services are viewed differently in different cultures and different contexts, but it's quite common to go to counseling in the United States. And even if you think you should be getting really good grades and you're not getting very good grades, just go to counseling services and they can talk to you about perhaps ways that you can improve your study habits and other things like that. Okay, so you can have drop-in appointments on Wednesdays, or you can, if you're feeling like you need to talk to someone immediately, there is counseling by phone, which is available 24 hours a day. And you can also have a counselor in your native language, because sometimes, communicating in the native language is all languages are different, and you can be more specific in a certain language about the way you feel sometimes. So fantastic resource for you. So you really should use counseling services. Presidential ambassadors, anything on that? All right. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you have any questions, just put them into the chat. And it looks like we don't have any questions yet, but feel free to put something into the chat, and we'll try our best to answer them. Okay. So I know many of you just finished the Washburn's health insurance orientation session, so I'm sure you're all experts on American health insurance now. It's just a joke, because American health insurance takes, well, it kind of keeps, it always is changing as well, so you can never really know what's going on. But the nice thing is we have a lot of professionals who you just met who will be able to help you navigate through the Washburn health insurance policy, but also treatment and care in the United States. Okay, so remember, our health insurance is mainly to help protect you from major medical expenses, right? So I think we call these like kind of catastrophic events, like car accident, or what else happens to young people? You get, well, obviously you get really sick or something with COVID, or well, who knows? There could be so many different things, but hopefully none of this will happen to any of you, and you'll just be fine, healthy, and you'll never have to use the insurance. But you know, sometimes things do happen. So of course, I'm sure you have some information that the health insurance provider gave to you during the last session. But again, you can check out some more information, or have their contact number down here. Okay, so all right. So the cost for Washburn's health insurance policy is quite expensive, and we know that it is expensive. And the last year or so, we've been in contact with the health insurance policy, but also numerous health insurance policies, and we've tried our best to decrease the cost of Washburn's health insurance policy. So. And we will continue to try our best to do that. So, but currently, students will pay $2,250 per calendar year. Okay, so for 12 months, and so the fall payment is $999. Okay, and it will be charged to your Washburn account, and we will send out the OIP, the Office of International Programs, will send out a message when your health insurance. Oh, sorry, when your insurance cards are available, you'll be able to come and pick those up from the office, okay? Should probably be in 2 or 3 weeks, likely, okay? So your health insurance coverage began August 1st, so you're all covered. And so I think probably in the last session, you learned about what is a deductible, okay? So Washburn's deductible is $500 in network, and then $1,500 out of network. So find out which hospitals are in our network. It's pretty easy to do. And then if you do feel sick, we should probably go to the student health center first. But if you need to go to a hospital, then find out which one you need to go to. Okay. Let's see, Simon, June, or Minami, have any of you ever used the Washburn health insurance?
Personally, I have not, but my roommate, she had used it, and I mean, I had given her rides to the hospital and the health services numerous times, so I kind of know the process, and it was very, very helpful. We go to the Student Health Center here on campus, and then they advised us a particular health facility to go where the services might be available, and then we went there. The process was done, and then when you check into the particular facility, for example, we went to the Stormont Vale Hospital here in town, and also KMC Dermatology, which is a clinic. And then in each places they say if you have insurance, and then we provide the insurance number that is on your card. And then after that, after your treatment process is all done, and then they will start sending your statements about how much was deducted and how much you're supposed to pay. So it's a really easy process. Yes, the cost might seem a little overwhelming at times, but trust me, when it comes to big expensive, it can be a good saver.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Simon. Right, let's see. No questions yet in the chat? Nope. All right, so we put together this little, this is kind of like a guide to help you decide if you should, how you should be treated, okay? So have a look at this. Oh, by the way, we will share this session is being recorded, so we can share that with you later if you want to go back and take a screenshot of this or learn more about that. So let's see here. So when should I go to this Washburn Student Health, or when should I go to the emergency room? But there's also another. So between student health and a hospital visit, there's like, we have something called urgent care center. So that's kind of like, if it's more serious than, and Washburn Student Health can't treat you, then you need to go to possibly the urgent care center. And if it's more serious than that, because usually the urgent care center is a bit cheaper, then you need to go to the emergency room, okay? So you can see here the common ailments or illnesses that we can treat here at the Student Health Center. Okay, and then here are some reasons to visit the urgent care center. And then here are the emergency room, right? Emergency room is like if you call 911 on a phone, and then the ambulance will come, okay? And it will come pick you up as quick as it possibly can, and then rush you to the hospital. And probably, if we look here, you can see that Student Health Center, most of the services are free, okay? And you can be seen in 30 minutes here. The average cost is about $225, okay? So, and here, $1,500 is the average cost, all right? And so if you're taking one of these ambulances to the hospital, it can be extremely expensive. But sometimes, you know, if it's a life or death situation, you need to obviously call 911 and get to the hospital, okay? Right. So this is a very helpful guide, and do rely upon it. All right. Okay, here we go. So another way to stay healthy is to exercise, and also to communicate with other people and be social. And one of the great places to do that is the Student Recreation and Wellness Center. Okay, so you know, this is where we go to have fun, not just exercise. Okay, this is a place to play sports and to well, there are many activities that are different programs that the rec center, we call it the SRWC for short, okay, that the Student Rec Center provides for students. Okay, so there in the fall there's something called intramural sports, so you can join a team or create your own team and then join like basketball or soccer or Guitar Hero or all kinds of stuff. It's like 20 or 30 different kinds of sports that you can join in and play. Okay, and it's kind of professional. I mean, they have like referees and stuff, but you know, it's not with like professional athletes and stuff. Okay, there's not going to be like fans watching you play in the rec center. But anyway, and they have a rock climbing wall, and they have a lot of various exercise classes that are all free for you. Like some spin classes, cycling in the mornings if you're a morning person, or they have evening classes. They also have yoga classes that are really excellent. And so we really encourage you to go to the Student Recreation Wellness Center and check out what's available. And there's also just weight training or different exercise machines, indoor gyms. So if you go to the rec center, you need your iCard, and then you can also access, you can get a lock. So the men and women's locker room, you can get a lock and a key to lock your things, so that they're safe inside there. And then you could check out basketball or badminton, volleyball, many different things you can check out with your iCard. Okay, so kind of go exploring and check it out. It's a pretty good place to go. I know June goes to the Student Recreation Wellness Center every single day. And he probably has something great to say about it. June.
Yeah, I do. I was there.
Yeah, June's addicted to having fun at the rec center, so everybody should go and check it out. It's great. All right, so the Washburn Campus Police. So the Washburn Campus Police, the police office is also inside Morgan Hall. Okay, it's actually on the back side of Morgan Hall. Okay, so and it's in room 135 on the outside, on the football stadium side. Okay, so on the other side of this. So please if you don't mind, put this phone number into your phone now, okay? 785-670-1153. And that's just in case you have an emergency and you need to contact the Washburn Police, okay? And the Washburn Police are super friendly, okay? And they're very kind, and they would really like it if when you see them, you know, you say hi to them and chat them up, okay? Because they're just like walking around 24 hours a day. You know, there's not like a lot of crimes that they're dealing with, so they get kind of bored, and they would really like to meet you and hear about where you're from and what you're studying and all kinds of things like that. Okay, so if you see them, give them a wave, and if you get to talk to them, then that's really nice of you. Now, the campus police, yeah, you can see they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you ever feel like you're in danger, or oftentimes students will like misplay, maybe lose their, I dropped my phone, or you know, I don't know where I did with my glasses. There's also a lost and found at the Washburn Campus Police Office, okay? So oftentimes you can go there and get your stuff back. And I'm sure you've seen on campus, Washburn has a lot of security cameras. I think one time I was told we have over 200 security cameras on campus, okay? So, so people are always watching you and looking out for you, okay? But you know, if you see anything that looks strange, please please call the Washburn Campus Police. So you can text them on that number. You can send them text. If you're on social media, you could send them a message through social media. There are many ways to contact Washburn Campus Police, okay? Yeah, if you see any kind of strange things that just doesn't seem quite right, then feel free to call the campus police. And so one of the things you should do is kind of be aware of what's happening around you or going on around you. Okay, when you're walking around campus at night, I mean, it's very safe. It's well lit, and there's lights everywhere, and you're able to. I think you should be able to always feel safe on campus. But if you ever see something strange, yeah, again, don't feel. Please contact Washburn Police. Okay. And then, you know, oftentimes students, no, it's not often, but sometimes you will misplace, you know, a computer or something. So if you're going to study in the library, be sure to take your thing. If you're studying and then you're going to get like coffee or food or something, take your things with you, okay? Just don't leave them there. Because I think sometimes things do go missing. Okay, sometimes people get stuff stolen from them. I think it's quite rare, but I think one of the main things you need to look out for, one of the things people often forget, is that your books are very valuable. Okay, your books are expensive. So take the books with you, and yeah, just take your stuff in your backpack with you. Okay, so don't just leave them lying around. Yep, and then they also have a lost and found. So if you lose something, or misplace it, they can help you to find it. All right. Or if you find something on the ground, you can take it to the campus police, and they'll help you. So let's see here. Presidential ambassadors, have any of you ever contacted the police or had any interaction with we call it the WUPO, Washburn University Police? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, be sure to talk to them. They're all really nice. In fact, some of them speak different languages too, so check it out. And so along with the security cameras, we also have a lot of help phones on campus, okay? So this is a help phone station, all right? So let's say you need some help. Maybe you've fallen and hurt your leg, so you can't walk anymore, okay? Or you've slipped on the ice in the wintertime. Or maybe your bicycle, the tire is flat, or your car won't start, or somebody weird is walking around and it's like scaring you or something, or somebody's following you, or I don't know what, okay? You can go to one of these emergency posts, and there's a little button here, red button. You can push that button, and then the Washburn police will start talking to you through this microphone here. Okay, you can communicate back and forth and tell them what's going on with you, and then the Washburn police will come to help you. Okay, and so when you're walking around campus, just kind of note where these help phones are. Okay, I think there are 12 of them on campus, so many of them are in between areas where you're commuting or walking from. Okay, so yep, those are great. Ooh, safety tips. Okay, here we go. These are some tips for you to stay safe. All right. So sometimes people will go to the store or will be walking to the store and they realize, wow, I missed the bus, or darn, this is farther than I thought it was going to be. And so maybe you're thinking, I could ask for a ride from all of these Americans that have cars here. Okay, well, don't do that. That's not safe. All right. Or maybe you'll be waiting at the bus stop and somebody will be like, hey, I can drive you where you want to go. Just say no thanks. Okay, don't ever ride with somebody that you don't know. Okay, we don't want you to get in a situation that's not good. Okay, so of course Uber and Lyft and those type of things are fine. Just be sure to check it's actually your Lyft driver or Uber driver. But yeah, don't take rides. And then something that's that can be dangerous is these crosswalks. Okay, so when you cross the road, make sure you go over the crosswalks. Okay, and the crosswalks have like the zebra stripes on across the road. And so, and even if you're walking across those, oftentimes there'll be a button here that you can push and then the lights will go off. But even then, please be extra careful, because sometimes, people will be texting and driving and they'll still just fly through, but they'll still go very quickly through the stop. Okay. And so it's just best to cross the road, make sure no one's coming. Okay. I'm sure many of you have a lot of experience crossing roads that are a lot busier than Topeka roads, but Topeka people sometimes are careless and drive really fast. And so just be careful, okay, crossing the street, even though it's only one car. All right. And then, you're all becoming adults. So I can't force you to not stay out very late, but staying out very late can kind of make you very tired. And then if you're tired, you probably won't be that successful in class. And oftentimes, if you're staying out very late, then there's not going to be a lot of people outside that can help you. Okay. And sometimes staying out very late at night is scary just because it's dark and there's nobody out there. So don't stay out. Try not to stay out very late. Okay. I know sometimes some of you are going through jet lag and you'll wake up at 1 a.m. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay if you go outside and go for a walk. Try to stay on campus. And if people are asking you to go to places and stay out very late, well, go with a friend or some people that you already know, and try not to do it too regularly. Okay. And then, yeah, if you're walking late at night, you could always walk with someone, walk with a friend, like if you're walking from the library to at the dorm or some apartments off campus. However, if you need to walk alone and you're not feeling safe, you can always call the campus police and they will be happy to, walk with you home. Okay, so that's the campus police are really here to help you. Okay, you're a Washburn student and they're the Washburn police, so they're going to take care of you. Okay, so please feel free to contact them for anything that you need help with. Okay. Now, this is a really cool system that we have at Washburn. It's called the iAlert. Okay, so if you can sign up for the iAlert, and then you will get texts on your phone and through email that will tell you if there's something, if there's an emergency. Okay, so sometimes in Kansas we'll have bad weather, such as tornadoes, or sometimes the school will have to close in the winter time, because of a lot of snow or ice. And so then you will get a message from iAlert that school has been canceled and you get to stay home and Netflix and chill. So that's good, or do your homework, catch up with readings. And then, or if there's a safety concern, okay, like if there's something dangerous that's happened locally, then iAlert will also warn you about that, so you can stay away from that area, okay? So sign up now. All right, the weather in the United States. So if we're looking at the weather in different parts of the United States, if you go to like Arizona and down in the Southwest, it's going to be hot all year round, okay? And if you live in the northern part of the US, it's going to be cold pretty much all year, okay? Washington, Seattle, it's going to rain all year long, all right? And then in Nebraska, it's going to be very windy. However, in Kansas, we get to enjoy all those kinds of weather, okay? And sometimes even in just one day, all right? So sometimes it will snow, and then in the afternoon it will be sunny and bright. So let's see, presidential ambassadors, what do you have to say about the brilliant Kansas weather?
Unpredictable would be the word, to be honest. So wherever you're going, for example, if you're going for like a trip outside, outdoors, just make sure you're planned for every kind of weather. Carry an umbrella. That'll protect you from both extreme sun and rain, because you don't know what to expect. So yeah, it's unpredictable, but yeah, we get some really nice weather at times. For example, today is a very good day outside. So yeah, there's nice weather, but yeah, it's very unpredictable.
Yeah, I would second that.
I think I would add too that probably some of you have noticed it's hot and humid outside, and then you go into the buildings here and then you're freezing. So something to keep in mind too that you might not be used to back in your home country is that a lot of the buildings here are air conditioned, and in the summer, like right now, it feels like you're in a freezer, like or in a refrigerator. So even if it's hot outside, at least probably take maybe a light jacket or something. We say wear layers. Because at least when you go inside the building, you probably need something to keep you a little bit warmer, or you might be freezing inside and sweating to death outside.
That's true. Yep. And so as the weather changes, sometimes we'll have some bad weather. Okay, when it goes from extreme cold to hot, then it can create bad weather. All right. So I think at Washburn, bad weather is like snow or ice in the winter, and then in the springs, not the springs, just the spring. In the spring, sometimes we will have tornadoes. All right, tornadoes are like kind of like typhoons or big swirling wind things. So anyway, the tornadoes, we have tornado sirens that go off. So on every Monday at 12 o'clock, 12 noon in the middle of the day, you'll be able to hear the tornado sirens. So perhaps many of you heard them yesterday and you're wondering, man, what is that sound? Okay, that's kind of a weird sound, but you'll get used to it because it goes off every Monday. As they kind of test the sirens. However, if you hear this sound and the weather is looking bad, then that means there's a tornado near Topeka, and that we need to seek shelter and go underground. So all of the buildings at Washburn have, many of them have tornado shelters, okay, where you can go down, and they're built especially to withstand a tornado. Okay, so you'll be totally safe down there. So no worries about that. Right, so yeah, so if classes are canceled, you can always just check the Washburn website, and it will say on the homepage if classes have been canceled, especially in the December, January time, November, or February. Sometimes the classes are canceled. Okay, so and sometimes your professors, you'll need to also check email quite often. Okay, and this is something you should really be checking email every day, at least every day. So, and sometimes, well, I think maybe more than once a day. Okay, so I think different cultures, different students have different response rates on email. So I think it's important in the US, a lot of communication at university is done through email. So be sure to check your email at least once a day. All right. And then if you're emailing a professor, you'll probably hear back from them within 24 hours. Okay. So don't go, weeks without checking email because they'll all be piled up. But anyway, sometimes your professor will also cancel class. Maybe they become ill or they're not able to make it to class. So check your email before class. And you should be checking it every day anyway. Ooh, here's a tornado. So, yep. So this is what we should do if there are various situations that might arise. Okay. So each building will have a fire alarm. So if there's a fire alarm going off in the building, you'll be able to. There'll be flashing lights. You need to leave the building, particularly if you're in a dormitory. Okay, if you live on one of the on-campus housing, you need to exit the building, even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay, because there's a fire. You need to get out, and everybody needs to get out. Okay, and then there's a tornado watch or tornado warning. Tornado watch means that people are watching for tornadoes, but they haven't seen any yet. But it looks like there could be some. Okay, a tornado warning means that there is a tornado. Okay, and that you need to take shelter in one of the basements of one of the buildings. Okay, we really don't have to worry too much about flash floods because we're on this is College Hill. We're on a hill. Okay, Washburn's on top of a hill, and so we don't have to worry about flash flooding too much. But sometimes if there's a lot of rain and you're somewhere else in Topeka, then you could some of the rivers will become flooded. You have to be careful not to go near that. And then we also, more often, we have these kind of thunderstorms, okay? And so, yeah, just be really careful if there's a thunderstorm because of lightning. I think that's the biggest danger, and getting your iPhone wet and stuff like that. So anything to add from the presidential ambassadors about being prepared for any of these situations? All right. Now, for those of you who live in the dormitory, there are each of you on each floor will have something called a resident assistant. Okay, that's we say RA for short, and so the RA can help you to do many things, such as if you're locked out of your room, if you have an emergency, and to basically assist you. Okay, they're there to assist you with anything that you might have an issue with. So yeah, just go over, knock on their door. I think also they have their phone number, send them a text or something. I think often it's mostly because you've been locked out of your room. So you can also, if the RA, resident assistant, isn't in their room, then you could also go to the front desk at in your housing unit. Okay, so we have the Lincoln. You can call the cell phone for the Lincoln RA or the LLC West. Well, never mind. Just LLC, and then the Village. Okay, you can note the phone number of the dormitory RA cell phone where you live, and then give it a call, and then there will be one RA always on duty. So if your RA on your floor is not there, there'll be another one in the building who can let you in or help you with emergency, or you can go to the front desk. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Right. So drinking alcohol. Okay. So the rules for drinking alcohol are very strict in the United States. You have to be at least 21 years old to drink alcohol, and obviously you cannot drink and drive. Okay. If you get caught drinking, if you're underage, you can. They're serious. It's a crime. So there are serious repercussions for drinking if you're under 21 years old. And if you are over 21 years old, then you can drink. And there are some local places around Washburn that you can drink, but please do never ever drink or drive or get into a car with someone who's been drinking, okay? Because it's against the law. All right. So, right. So even if you are 21 years old, you are not allowed to drink alcohol in the dormitory, okay, or anywhere on campus There is a time that you can drink alcohol just before football games. And you'll learn more about that later. But other than that, you can never have alcohol on campus. This is a dry campus, which means you cannot even possess alcohol. Okay, can't have it in your bag, can't have it in your fridge, can't have it in it at all. Okay, and then yeah, if you're under 21 years old and you're caught drinking alcohol on campus, then you're gonna have to pay a lot of money, and then you're gonna get in big trouble with, and you can even be kicked out of Washburn, have to go home. Okay, so if you're over 21, please drink responsibly. And if you're under 21, don't even think about it. And then smoking is not cool. All right, so don't smoke. I'm sure none of you smoke. It's just like an old generation thing, people smoking, thinking that was cool. Young people never smoke, although I do see some young people doing like e-cigs and vaping. Okay, I know the vape corporations are trying to get you to do vaping. That's not cool either. And so because it's not healthy and not good for you, then smoking is really not allowed anywhere, hardly anywhere on campus. Okay, so it's not allowed in the buildings. It's not, or in the dormitories. Okay, and this includes vaping, chewing tobacco, anything relating to smoking. Okay, and you have to be 18 years old to smoke in the United States. Okay, but just don't do it because it's so gross. And so if you are smoking, if you're addicted to smoking, you should stop. But if you must smoke, then there are some designated smoking areas. Okay, you can go, there's some signs that says you can go smoke, and they're located here. These small yellow areas are where you are allowed to smoke at Washburn University. Okay, you are not allowed to smoke anywhere else. So please note those if you're a smoker. Okay, and right. So this is about smoking marijuana. Okay, that is also not cool, and you cannot smoke marijuana in Kansas. It is illegal. Okay, in fact, smoking marijuana is a federal crime still. Okay, so you can get in really big trouble with the U.S. federal government if you're smoking marijuana. Okay, there are some states where it is legal. However, federally, it's still illegal. So as an international student, I would absolutely say that you should never ever smoke marijuana, especially with your, it can hurt your brain and your lungs, and it's just not healthy. Okay, so, and it's also illegal and you can go to jail. Okay, if you're caught smoking marijuana, so don't do it. Don't even think about it. Right, so Washburn has a student code of conduct. All right, so these are the rules for Washburn students. Because we at Washburn, we have these core values and beliefs and expectations for all of our students. Okay, and so if you break one of these rules, or someone is doing something like this to you, Washburn will take it very seriously. Okay, and you will be reported, or you can report any of these things that you see happening. Okay, and there'll be serious consequences. So academic dishonesty, if you are cheating in your classes, or you see somebody cheating, please have them reported, and just don't do it. If some of your property is stolen, you can report it. If somebody is threatening you, and this includes online, if you're being threatened on social media or something, or somebody sending you weird texts, okay, please report those, and we'll have a whole team and staff dedicated to helping you. Okay, or if somebody's entering a building they shouldn't be, okay, somebody's trying to sneak in after you've opened the door and they want to get in behind you, don't let them do it. Okay, or some of your property is damaged, or somebody smashes your bike or your computer or stuff, or sometimes discrimination. If somebody, you feel somebody is is looking thinks that maybe because of your culture or race or your sexuality or numerous things that people could discriminate against you. If you ever encounter this, please have it reported at once, because Washburn is a place of safety and a welcoming place to all people. All right, no matter any kind of disposition. So we're so happy to have you, and we take it very seriously. Anybody discriminating against you or harassing you. Okay, and that includes anybody having sexual misconduct or using alcohol or drugs or breaking other laws. Okay, so we're a safe place. We're so happy to have you here, and we want to keep it that way. So please help us to do that. So firearms, guns in the United States, it is illegal for international students to possess firearms or guns. And so, you cannot own a gun, and possession also means just holding a gun. Okay, so even holding a gun, even if you think you're holding a gun and like taking pictures of yourself just to look cool, well, that could get you in big trouble. And it could even jeopardize your visa status. So don't touch guns. Guns aren't cool. All right. So using a campus phone, there are actually still phones, dialing phones in the LLC lobby in Lincoln and Village. I know probably take a picture of them. They won't last much longer because everyone has mobile phones. But yeah, if you need to use one of the campus phones to call, call the health center or rec center, see if they're open, something like that, please use one. And how we use the campus phones are, we just push the last 4 numbers of the phone number. You don't have to push the entire phone number. Okay. Whoa, all right. Well, let's see, June, you wanna, oh, Simon, yeah, Minami, June, and Simon are all international club leaders and participants. And so we every year we have a lot of international club events, and we can't wait for you to come to our parties. And we're going to have a big party here in the next 2 weeks, welcoming you all to campus, and we'll have some fun activities. And then we also will celebrate several various holidays with some of our largest cultures on campus. So we'll get to celebrate some Nepali holidays like Tihar and Dashain, and we'll get to celebrate some Japanese holidays like the full moon party and some kind of firework party, right? And then we'll also, we have a lot of international athletes. So the International Club is looking at joining some of the sporting events and cheering on our international athletes. And we also will have a celebration of cultures where all of you will be able to participate and represent your country and your culture through various means, such as a cultural booth or a dance or whatever you'd like to. So presidential ambassadors and international club officers, what would you encourage people to join these events? See their heads, they're saying yes. They think it's great that you're going to join. That's what they were getting ready to say. And then we have a lot of support for our international students. We have the Topeka Friendship Network. So this is a Christian organization that will match international students with a friendship family. Okay, so you'd be able to match up with a local family. They can take you to various events, get to see the life of Midwestern Americans. Okay, and they're all really kind and very sweet, and you should all look into meeting a friendship family. Okay, it'll be just like your new American mom and dad and brother and sister and stuff like that. Okay, so check that out. I know they'll have a lot of events coming up for you too. And I think also they're the ones who provided all your welcome gifts. Okay, so you can thank them when you see them. And then we have another Christian organization called Friends Speak. And so this is a way for students to practice English, have conversations with the local Americans. And so check this out as well. This will also be a pretty great opportunity for you to learn more about American culture and Topeka and Kansas life. Let's see here. Right. So, you're here to be successful. You're here to get a great education. So please, the best way to do that is to, oh, look, we've got, so from Heidi, she says, FriendSpeak is hosting an activity this Sunday from 5 to 8 p.m. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. So look for the flyer that will have some more information about it soon. Okay, that's this Sunday from 5 to 8. So yeah, if you want to be successful, you need to ask. You need to ask a lot of questions. Okay, getting your questions answered is the best way to learn new stuff. Okay, and so remember, if you have the question in your head and then you're afraid to say it, well, there's probably like 10 other people who have that same question. So do the right thing and ask the question, and everyone can learn from your question. Okay, yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. The Office of International Programs is always here. Please feel free to reach out to us through email or give us a call. Some of our staff are on social media. Don't be shy to send us a message. We're always here, and we're super happy to help you. Okay, we want to see you be successful. And of course, the presidential ambassadors, they are oftentimes the presidential ambassadors know how to help you better than office staff, because they were just like you 1 or 2 years ago. Okay, they didn't know what was going on, and then they navigated it successfully, and now they're leaders. Okay, so check it out with them first. All right, so here's some very important phone numbers. Of course, we have the Office of International Programs. You can maybe take a picture of this with your phone if you need to, or input one of these into your phone and write them down. With Student Health Services there, Washburn Police. So if you're off of campus and you have an emergency, please call the Topeka Police. All right, and that's the 911, and they will come to help you. Okay, and then we have the Topeka Metro, which is our bus service. So if you have any questions about how to ride the bus, or where different buses go, or what time they pick people up, feel free to call them. And then again, the resident assistance phone number for the different buildings is listed here. Okay. All right. And so I think a lot of you will get information about different activities through your email. Okay, the Washburn International listserv. But you can also like our Washburn Office of International Programs page on Facebook. We also will promote some events there, so you know what's going on. And we also have International Club has a page. You can like that and see what's going on. In fact, I think most departments on campus have a page. Okay, so if you're a history major or School of Business or math or music, look up like Washburn University Music, and then you can find your department's pages on social media, not only Facebook, but Instagram and other ones as well. All right, so now is the time to remember. We were just like, okay, you've got to ask questions, and now's the time for you to be bold and ask those questions. Okay, and meanwhile, while you're thinking about formulating the question and writing them into the chat, I would like each presidential ambassador, I'm going to put you on the spot here, I would like you to share with us a tip on how to be successful as a new student at Washburn. Okay, Simon, take it away, mate.
Thank you, Andy. Before I start sharing the little tips, I have something to add to what Andy was saying about the smoking policy earlier. In Kansas, although the legal age to smoke is 18, the legal age to purchase tobacco products is actually 21. So if some of you are still smoking or think like something you cannot give up, you need to be 21, and you need to have a valid ID to go and purchase at any location. All right, and to as far as like being successful on campus as an international and a new student is concerned, The first step as an international student is, I would say, is to get involved. There's a lot of student organizations. There are activities conducted by your own department or other departments which are always welcoming. I'm a business major and I have attended a lot of events from the music department because I just love going there and just getting involved with them. It's fun. So get involved is one of them. Secondly, I would say managing your time and money. That is obviously important with us having limited employment opportunities. Managing the time and your money is very important so that it will not stress you out. And third, I would say just maintain a positive vibe around you. We can hear there's extreme weather in Kansas, in Topeka, or there are careless drivers, as Andy mentioned, or people or friends of ours from our countries in bigger cities might say, oh no, our city is so big, our university is so big. But no, Topeka is beautiful. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of diversity to experience. So yep, just get involved and keep the positive vibe around you and manage your time and money, and I'm sure you'll be successful. Welcome to Washburn, folks.
Good vibes. Thanks, Simon.
So my successful tips for me is, so yeah, as Simon said, to get involved, and also don't be hesitate to join any events and to ask any questions. So and every faculty and the staff is so kind to especially international students, because they know how the second language is difficult to us. So it should be okay to ask any questions. And so just join any events, especially we have the international club, and I swear it should be so fun and great opportunity to you and a great experience to meet any people who speak any languages, not only in English. So it should be great. So please join us. That's it.
Thanks. That's right.
So I have three tips to success. So first, as John and Simon said, it's important to get involved, because doing so, you guys can meet many people on campus, and you can also improve your English skill. Yes, and yes, so it's important. And second, you should ask anything. So if you take any academic and English classes, it's important to ask. So yes, and the last one is time management. So if you take classes, you will have many homework. So it's important to check due dates and what should I do to then making to-do list stuff. Yes, that's it from me.
Those are really good. Thanks, ambassadors. So if you're thinking, okay, well, how do I find out about these organizations? Well, don't worry. There's going to be a fair with all of Washburn. I think Washburn has like over 200 organizations, okay? And they will all be there. So you'll be able to see them all, and you'll be able to talk with them about what is their organization, what do you do, all that kind of stuff. And you can join, okay? Because you have to join. Or if you're walking through different classroom or different buildings on campus, you can see there's some boards on the wall. Oftentimes they will advertise different organizations there as well. Okay, and then about time management. So I think a lot of people believe that for every class that you have, so if a class is 3 credit hours, for every credit hour, you need to study for 3 hours. Okay, so if I have one class and it's 3 hours a week, 3 hours a week, then I need to study for 9 hours. Okay, so if I have 4 classes, that means I need to study 9 hours 4 times for 4 days. Okay, so it's a lot of studying. Okay, so if you find yourself having nothing to do, mate, you should be studying. Okay, you need to go to the library and study or do the readings, because there's always things to do. Okay, being a student is now your full-time job. Okay, so everybody can, we encourage you, of course, to be social or join organizations, but really the main thing you need to do and focus, the main thing is studying, okay? And that's gonna, Minami's right, it's gonna take a lot of your time, okay? So let's check the chat. Is it, it's flooded with questions here? Nope. All right. Aha, the bow tie affair is when we learn about the campus organizations and the different clubs, okay? And that's on September 8th from 10 to 2, all right? So you're like, oh, I've got class that day. Well, you don't have class the entire time, okay? Because they don't schedule class during a certain time. So you'll be able to come, even if you can only make it for 15 minutes, absolutely do it, okay? They give away a lot of free stuff, okay? And you'll be able to, there are so many clubs and organizations, you can't even imagine how many there are, okay? So you'll see things, wow, I didn't even know this existed. I'm interested in that, okay? And also, if you see, if there's not a club, you can also start your own club, okay? I think Washburn will give you like $2,000 or $3,000 an academic year to start your own club, okay? So if you're really interested in something, then start a club and invite more people, and next year you can have your own club, okay? And we'd be happy to join your club and do something cool and new. All right, so we're just so thankful and grateful and proud of you already for the long journey you've had to come to the United States, to go to the USMFC, to get a visa, to choose from so many different universities. We are absolutely thrilled that you've chosen Washburn and Kansas, and we'll do everything we can to help you to be successful, okay? Hopefully that we'll be able to make a big difference, and we'll be able to fulfill the hope that you put in us. We plan to repay you while you're here. So thank you, everybody. Oh, we've got another, there's somebody said something in the chat. Aw, thanks, Stephanie. So special thanks to the presidential ambassadors for their leadership, and we're so grateful to have you helping us. And all the students, remember, ask those questions, time management, and get involved on campus, okay? So good luck to everybody. Okay, good luck this semester. And if you ever need anything at all, please ask us, okay? We're here to help. All right, everybody. Well, we'll see you later. Take care. Thanks, everybody. And talk to you later. Okay. Bye, everybody.